Good morning. I'm actually in the process of getting ready for church right now, so making my morning coffee, as I like to say. A little black. I'm going to put some of that collagen protein in, just so that way I can give it a little bit of flavor. Because I do love black coffee. I think it's very underrated. I don't think it tastes as bad as people think it. People like to say, "Oh, I like to drink black coffee." It's like, no, like black coffee's fine. It tastes good. Even the store brand versions of black coffee I use, it still tastes okay. But every now and again, I like to give it a little bit of zest, a little bit of spice. And by a little bit of zest and spice, I mean chocolate flavored collagen. So, or sometimes I'll even add pure cocoa powder instead of, something like this. But if you ever add pure cocoa to something, pure cocoa does taste like being unhealthy is a very viable option. Outside of that, though, I do love adding a little bit of something to the coffee. I do like pumpkin spice creamer. I like the caramel creamer, sugar-free. And like I said, most of the time if I'm using that, it's a treat. I don't try to use it that often. But for today, this isn't even going to be that strong of a coffee in general, because I only put in 2 scoops of the 2.5 scoops of the ground coffee into the machine before I started brewing it. So hopefully I taste more of the collagen than I do the coffee. And even so, I don't want that much caffeine going into church, especially since I have my pre-workout here getting ready to go. Obviously I'm not taking pre-workout for church, but maybe I should, because I want to lift his name on high. But anyway, I bought some of the canned pre-workout. I didn't need them. Obviously, I have a tub of pre-workout right now that I'm still going through. But they had the Jolly Rancher flavor of the C4 ones, and I wanted to give it a try, so I figured why not. And they were on sale too. They rarely go on sale for $4. Not each. Like, it was 2 for $4. 2 for $4. Not 2 for $5. It was 2 for $4. So I figured, why not? Worst that happens is it's not that good, and I'm out $4. Life goes on. I'll make that money back. But anyway, I'm gonna drink my coffee. I'm gonna get my shoes on. I'm gonna go to church, praise his name, and then we'll go to the gym, train some core. That's what I do on Sundays, or either of the weekends are when I train my core strength. So we're going to take care of that, have some fun. It's a gorgeous day out. Not sure what I'm going to do with my day-to-day. Might just relax. Finally have one of those days where I get to walk around in the sun, depending on how cold it is, because it's been getting awkwardly cold again. Even though it's actually spring. It was warmer last week when it was still winter, ironically enough. But still, the sun is out. I love it. Praise his name. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. So now I'm out of church and in the gym parking lot, and the thing we talked about today was how a lot of us we're not willing to wait for miracles as much as we probably should. We all like to think that our miracle is instantaneous and not something that unfortunately has to happen through time. Now, for me, like I said, I would want to live in a world where nothing is handed to me. All things are earned, including the miracle. So it was a very good lesson to learn today. And I think that's one thing a lot of people struggle with, is the unfairness of life. Like I always say, the lottery of life is the most unfair lottery you're ever going to play, because you didn't agree to be in it, and you have no say in the ultimate outcome of it all. But sometimes if we want to get out of a crappy situation, we want to get out of that crappy situation like that. And that's not how the world works at all. So sometimes we do have to grind, we do have to push, we do have to do things in acts of mild desperation in order to get out of those hard times, in order to get our miracle. But nothing in this world is fair, unfortunately, so we got to keep moving. The more we complain, the more excuses we make, the less we're going to progress. So we got to always keep pushing forward. But enough motivational speaking, because it's ab day, my friends. And like I said, I'm outside of the gym parking lot right now and still drinking the C4 pre-workout. And the reason I put it into a bottle as opposed to just drinking it from the can is because I added my creatine into it. The carbonation's still there, so it's still fine. But it tastes pretty good. It's a little more sour than it is green apple, which is fine. I like sour stuff, but I wish the green apple flavor was there a little bit more. I will say this about the canned C4. There's no dye in it. It's just clear, so I appreciate that. Even the Ghost pre-workout, both they're canned. I think they're canned anyway. I don't remember. But they're powdered. It's dyed, and I don't like that. I think that's gross. I just think it's an unnecessary additive. But outside of that, gonna do a lot of cardio today. Do hardcore core. Shower, come outside, maybe walk around the town a little bit, or just maybe not walk around, but just kind of explore, see if there's anything fun to do going on today. It's a Sunday, so a lot of fun places might not be open. And probably go home, play some Quake, a little bit of Bastion. I'm cycling between the two right now. Quake 1 holds up really well. I haven't played it before, and wow, it is actually really good. Way harder than I was expecting. The first episode is not that hard, but episode 2, it's like magic something, the realm of magic or something like that. That's actually really difficult, so I'm struggling to get through that. And then I'm going to play through Quake 2 possibly. And there's this one game that's on sale that I might get. It's called War of the Apocalypse. But it didn't get that good of reviews, but for $4, why not? And I like to try bad games so that way I can say, okay, this is what they were trying to do. They didn't succeed, but I can see what was happening here. But anyway, let's finish this. I'm going to keep listening to my podcast as I sip on this to get into the zone. Going to go in there and we're going to get some abs done. I'll catch you guys in a bit. And immediately after cardio, we were on to our core workout. Now, you guys see what I'm doing. You already know what to do. Just follow along as I do it. So we're going to talk about more of the goals for the year. So that way you guys just don't hear me explaining the workout when you most likely already know how to do it. The goal for the year is to just keep pushing forward. How generic is that, Dolby? But I mean it. I want this year to be the year where I finally see some great progress when it comes to my fitness, getting on that magazine cover. I don't care if it's like some low-rent local magazine. My goal is to be on the cover of a fitness magazine, and come hell or high water, I am going to do it. Not just that, but this is going to be a year that I am pushing more and more to have an overall busy year when it comes to acting and modeling. Modeling is not really my main concern. It is mostly just focused on the acting. And as I have told my acting coaches, I just want to be the best at it, no matter what. No curves of he's the best when it comes to independent films, or he's the best when it comes to just a local actor. No, I want it to be a case where when people talk about me when it comes to acting, no curves, no nothing, no levels. They say, that guy, Dolby, was the best actor we have ever seen. Come hell or high water, he went for it, and he was the best.
no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there, whether it be going to acting classes every night, going to, or they don't have them nightly, but you know what I mean, studying every acting book that I can find, taking notes on it, watching every YouTube video that is out there when it comes to acting and different acting styles. I'm going to do it because I want that Greg Plitt energy when it comes to acting, because I am not going to succeed if I don't want to aim to be the best. Because if that's not what I'm aiming for, then I don't really have a goal in the end. If I'm not aiming to be the best, then I'm not really aiming for anything. And that was the ab workout. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Dolby, you magnificent bastard. You're not in your car. I know. I figured, let's have a little bit of change of scenery. So I got showered, I came home, ate a little bit of lunch, shaved, made my protein drink. It's a mocha with a little bit of caramel creamer because figured why not add it. It tastes okay. I don't think I'm going to do the caramel creamer again with this. Like I said, normally when I'm doing creamer, it's more for that's like my little treat, not so much something I'm gonna do like often. But I still enjoy it every now and again. It doesn't hurt to treat yourself every once in a while. I know those there's fitness heads who are very much in line with that discipline, and that's okay because for some people the having to always eat just the basics for fitness is what keeps them going. For me, not really. I need to have that fun food every now and again. Now, of course, once I get closer to the competition, I am going to be in that zone of just eating, chicken and rice, lean beef, all that stuff, as unfun as that might be. But that's neither here nor there. Outside of that, though, I would like to talk about why I actually really like going to the gym outside of, my fun of working out, because working out is just naturally a lot of fun for me at this point. It's also the only time I really do anything social. I mean, outside of church and small group, but when it comes to the gym, I don't like going to clubs. I don't like going to bars. Going to the gym is where I am social. Now, keep in mind, I still don't talk to a lot of people when I'm there. I'm just a naturally very shy person. I like to keep to myself. I don't like bothering anybody. But when people come up and talk to me, I love that. When people like being friends. Of course, there was this one time, this one dude was wearing a Damned shirt, and I love the Damned. Their goth era specifically, I do like their punk stuff, but goth is my favorite genre of music. So that's why I said to him, and he even gave me the look, saying like which era? And I said goth era, and he was like, yeah, that's what a lot of people like too, and for good reason. Their goth era is spectacular. Keep in mind, their punk stuff is nothing to laugh at either. I love their punk music. But it was a nice way to have a little conversation with them. And it's not just that. After you establish that connection, that cool little bond you have with your gym bros, you don't even have to have a long conversation with them when you see them either. It's just a kind of a little, you walk by going, that's like a whole conversation in and of itself. So I love it. Like I said, when I'm at the gym, I'm in the zone anyway. Most people are, and we don't want to be distracted and talking a lot because then you lose your pump, you lose your flow. But when we have those little micro moments of making new friends, that's pretty awesome. And that's not something I would ever change. So what is the plan for the rest of the day? And yes, this punching bag is my glorified table for the time being. Probably a lot of relaxing and resting. I ate a little bit more than I wanted to for lunch. Those micro tacos were really good. I make my own taco seasoning, by the way. I don't get the prepackaged stuff. It still tastes awesome. And I also like to chop little peppers into it. I even add a little bit of onion. Whether or not that's heresy is up for debate. I don't know. I have to ask someone who is more of a taco expert than I am. But My roommate, he just got Xenoblade Chronicles Cross Definitive Edition, so I know he's playing that. I envy him. I already have Xenoblade Chronicles Cross, but I have it for the Wii U, and my Wii U is packed up somewhere, so I can't play it myself. Plus, like I said, I'm already playing through Quake and, pardon me, Bastion. So that's currently occupying my time. But it could just be another restful day. I could go out, do something a little bit. Obviously, it's Sunday, so there's not a lot of things open to do. But we'll see. For right now, I'm going to enjoy my drink. I'm going to relax, plan things out, and maybe drive around a little bit. And by the way, check this out. My cat sees me and she wants to come get me. Oh, Jerky, you're so cute. Look at her. So I was going to go out tonight, but the bar I wanted to go to, yeah, I know I said I like going to bars, but this one's an exception, closed permanently, which sucks because they had some of the best food I've ever had and had my favorite spicy chicken sandwich. But I don't think I'm allowed to go anywhere anyway because I don't think she's going to let me up. I want to go to the store too. So Jerky was finally letting me free and I was able to get to the store real quick to grab some groceries. And today I decided I wanted to take an attempt at making cauliflower macaroni and cheese because why not? It sounds pretty good. The first thing I saw were these apples. Now keep in mind, make sure you wash them before you try to eat them. Then, the reason I mainly came to this store specifically is as my favorite flavor of kombucha, the tart cherry. I could down these for hours and never get sick of it. It just tastes that good. Following that up, I finally got the cauliflower, not too far away, but would you look at this? These bad boys are so fussy they just do not want to come out. Darn it. I guess they want me to get more natural cauliflower. Then I went to grab some cheese and I wanted to find the fat-free variety, which I know Walmart brand has, but the labeling for it is relatively hard to see and they keep it all the way up at the top, or I just don't know how to pay attention. Either way, I found it. Nice to see egg prices going down a little bit. These were around $5 last week, so nice to go down. And of course, Real Men use pink because I grabbed some fat-free cream cheese. I already had the plain Greek yogurt, so I wasn't concerned about that. Just for funsies, I went to the video game section and I saw you, Rise of Ronin. I want you so badly, but I already made a deal with myself, so I must not. And one thing that stood out to me was Guns of Redemption, and hey, that's Casper Van Dien. He's in Starship Troopers, the movie that's based on my favorite book of all time, called, well, Starship Troopers. I've never heard of this movie before, but maybe one day I might watch it. Not today, but maybe one day. 2 movies down from it was one with Denise Richards, and she's also in Starship Troopers. What is this, a reunion? Or my calling? And I just want to show off this set. It's a good price. I mean, I already have all of them, so it doesn't really matter that much. But Green Room specifically is one of my favorite movies, period. I mean, who doesn't love a movie that's about Nazi punks getting their asses kicked? It's awesome. Now I'm outside of Walmart, about to get back home and make some of this macaroni and cheese with cauliflower instead of noodles. Hopefully it tastes as good as Rich Piana said. I'm probably not going to make it as close to what his was like because it was in his like pre-packaged thing, which I never bought. But that was kind of the inspiration for this because I mostly just want it for the fiber so that way I can digest the protein I ate today properly. And I don't know, it's just an interesting idea. A lower calorie macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese is awesome. I don't think I've had any macaroni and cheese in like 6 years, which is kind of coincidental. It was about a 3-year stretch between 2020 and 2023 that I went into a Walmart. I wasn't like boycotting them or anything like that. I just never went into it. And I know what you might be thinking right now. Dolby.
why are you wearing your Sonic the Hedgehog hoodie instead of that jacket you were wearing earlier today? One, I love Sonic the Hedgehog. And two, because as I was leaving, I put my jacket down on the couch and Jirki decided to lay on top of it. And once she establishes her ground, I can't break her free from it. So that is officially her jacket until further notice. So I'm going to be rocking this Sonic the Hedgehog hoodie until I get home. Then I'm going to take it off and make this macaroni and cheese with quotes around that. Anyways, let's get home. While it does take me a little bit longer to get home going this way, there's just something comforting about using the back roads to get back. It's just cozy in a weird way. It's not complete back roads. There are houses around and things like that, but instead of going on the highway with a bunch of cars driving around, it's just nice to see more trees, be in the woods a little bit. It's pretty fun. Like I said, it's not a complete back road, but it kind of feels like it, and sometimes that's just all I really want or need, outside of the occasional bump or deer that could pop up. So far there's no deer yet, thankfully, but if there are, hopefully I don't accidentally hit one, because they do like to sneak out at you in this area for whatever reason. They can be cute though. So I just finished making that cauliflower macaroni and cheese, and I think if I do this again, I haven't even tried it yet, so I don't know if it tastes good or not, but if I were to do it again, I think what I'm going to do next time is I'm going to bake the cauliflower, then start cooking it in a pan and let the cheese melt into it, because I did the kind of whole milk way of doing it where you put milk into a pot, let it boil, then add the cheese on top of it. So I think that's going to be how I do it from now on. Like I said, I don't know how this tastes even, so this might even taste pretty good, but I think if I'm going to try this again, I think that's going to be the way I do it. Like I said, I didn't find any recipe to do this. This was kind of me just hearing cauliflower, macaroni and cheese and saying, that sounds interesting or good. I'm going to give it a try and try making it myself. Maybe next time I should just look up the recipe so that way I do it properly, but sometimes it's more fun if you wing it. But that's the end of my day. Right now, I'm actually, while I was cooking this, I was watching this YouTube channel called JRPGLife, and they're pretty fun to watch. And the reason I started watching them is because RPGs are my favorite genre of video games. My favorite genre is RPGs, just the whole swing. Favorite series is the Persona series. Favorite video game character is Sonic the Hedgehog. And favorite video game of all time is Star Fox 64, in case anyone wanted to know. But I think it's time to call it a night. I even, by the way, I didn't show this, but I picked one of these up because they taste really good and, again, help with digestion. But I'm going to call it a night, eat this, watch some more of that JRPGLife channel. Then I might play a little bit more Bastion, because I don't have to go to bed too early tonight. I work late tomorrow, so I can start my day a little bit later, even though I do want to get to the gym a little bit early. So that's up in the air. Either way, I have to chow this down because this is my supper. And I hope, I pray that tomorrow it's going to be another good day, even if I have to go back to work. But I'll have a good night. I'll catch you later.